Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for all for joining us. So the Cantor Pamela Siskin Memorial Choir will open with Hine Matov. If you want to turn to your prayer books, I believe all right, so come and let's see those hands, okay? Let's go.
Welcome and good Shabbos to all here this evening and all who are watching at home on the live stream. If you're wondering, why are the rose and blue speck on the bima? It's because Rabbi Morrison is out of town enjoying spring break with her son Ezra. And we were actually the first substitutes she asked to fill in this evening, so we agreed. And although last night's Purim party was filled with, I'm sure, crazy and fun and high energy, we can now slow the pace a bit, breathe, welcome the peace of Shabbat. We're pleased to be accompanied by the Pamela Siskin Memorial Choir and the lovely and talented Joyce Liu, cantorial soloist, and the choir director. And we thank you all for being with us this Shabbat. And guess what? It's still Purim. It is. So I would like to ask Karen Lieberman at this time if she'd like to come up to light the Shabbat candles that are on page 2 in honor of her recent trip to Israel. Choir pages and everything. Okay, please join us for the Kiddush on page 5 that John will now lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kadsho be'ava uvratzon hilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereishit, ki hu yom tehillah l'nikroei kodesh, zeher letziat mitzrayim, ki vanu laharta v'tanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodeshecha be'ahava uvratzon inhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen.
Please turn to page 20 and 21 for John's upbeat L'chadodi. We're going to do verse 1, verse 2, and verse 9, and on the last verse, let's rise and turn to meet the Sabbath bride.
L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat l'kamela. L'chadodi likrat kala, likrat kala. Shemor v'zachor b'dibur echad, yishmi'anu el haman yivad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shevu tiferet v'liti lah, l'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat l'kamela. L'chadodi likrat kala, likrat kala, likrat kala. Likrat Shabbat lechu l'necha, ki mikor habracha, mirosh mikedem nesucha, samat aseh v'macha Shabbat tehila. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat l'kamela. L'chadodi likrat kala, likrat kala, likrat kala. Oiv v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam v'simcha uv'samhala, tov kimunei asegula, oi kala, oi kala. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat l'kamela. L'chadodi likrat kala, likrat kala, likrat kala.
You can be seated. The Chatzi Kaddish can be found on page 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
Be'amad yivrach yurte ve'yamlich malchute.
Chayechon u'yomechon u'chayedecho Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, ubizman kariv, v'yimeru, amen.
Yehei shemei
Rabba mavorach, le'olam olam le'omaya, yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitzba'ar v'yizroman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalah Shemei Dekudashah
Richu.
Le'ilam im kol birchata v'shirata
Tushbechata v'nehemata damiran be'alma v'yimeru, amen. Please rise if you're able for the Baruch Hu, our call to worship on page 28.
Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Yeah, lai, 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 lai.
You may be seated. On the top of page 31, praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Join us for the Shema on page 34. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all rockets by the way, and when thou liest down,
And when thou risest up,
and when thou risest up, and thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember
to all of
my commandments,
and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto
your
God.
Please be seated. That one always made me tear up a little bit, because when I was a little girl, my dad used to sing Via Havta to me at bedtime. I'd say, I didn't know the prayer, and I'd say, tell me about the gates. Tell me about the gates. That's all I could remember as a little kid. Anyway, let's see. We are now, join me, on the top of page 39. Let's read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, and that there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. I invite the choir to now come up for the Mi Chamocha, which can be found on page 40.
This is the dance party song, so if you feel compelled to come out, onto the sand and, sing with us, please, you are so welcome. Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you,
cantor is going to continue here, and I'm going to ask you to join us. We're at the top of page 42 for the Hashkivenu. Eternity Utters a Day can be found in the middle of page 45, and I invite the choir to sing that with us. If you're able, for the Amida on page 46.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imateinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor, HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, Vezocher Hasdei Avot Ve'imachot, Umevli Geula Livnei Venehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mekayeh HaKol Atah Ram Le'Oshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Hayom B'Chesed, Mekayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somek Noflim Ve'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayeh Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yachalu hasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You may please be seated. Oops. Okay, where are we? We are on page 56. Find favor, Adonai our God, with your people Israel, and accept their prayer in love. May the worship of your people Israel always be acceptable. God, who is near to all who call, turn lovingly to your servants. Pour out your Spirit upon us. Well, for many of us, this is the highlight of the Shabbat experience. I'd like to invite anyone who would like to share their feelings of gratitude on this Shabbat tonight. Anybody? Nicole.
I wanted to thank the walking group on Tuesday for being so patient with me and my crazy girl.
Nicole said thank you to the walking group on Tuesday. She brought her beautiful dog, and she said we were patient with her, but she was a handful, but you did a great job with her. Anybody else grateful for anything tonight? Eugene. Eugene's grateful. What? Homentashen, and it brings back memories. Sharon.
I'm grateful that my sister arrived safely in Israel and that she is spending Purim and Shabbat in Safad.
She's very grateful that her sister arrived safely in Israel, and she's spending time for Shabbat in Safat. Oh, that's lovely. Gideon? No? Yes, Gideon.
Yeah, this week's portion was actually my sister's but portion.
Gideon's recounting that his sister's Torah portion was this week's Torah portion, Kitisa. That's cool. Mazel tov in remember. Oh, hello, Karen. Karen brought a house today. Karen's first house was destroyed in Hurricane Helene. So mazel tov. May you live many years in good health and happiness.
To pile on the Hamantash and gratitude, I got to watch my wife, my daughter, and my granddaughter make Hamantashen together just the other night, and it was lovely.
It was special. I'm grateful for that too.
Today is my mother's yard site, and it's good to be among friends and congregants that I love.
Today is her mother's yard site, and she's happy to be here amongst friends and congregants that she loves. We're glad to be around you and support you. Anybody else? Okay. One more. Judy.
Grateful for you too, that even when we have a rabbi who's on vacation, we have wonderful lay leadership so that we can still get together for Shabbat.
And Judy's thankful that we have lay leadership like John and I who will say, yes, there's others too. Like you could do it someday. And others. But we're glad to do it. Thank you. Let's see. There are many among us who are hurting. Nope. I messed up. We're on the top of page 58, right? Moving to 60 and back to 58 as John sings Modim, Anachnu, and Shalom Rav. It's a mashup.
Modim anachnu lah, she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu. Ve'Elohei avoteinu, ve'imoteinu Sur Chayenu Magen Kishenu Atahu Ledor Vador Sur Chayenu Magen Kishenu Atahu
Page 60.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael, Am HaTasi Leolam, Ki Atahu Melech Adon, Umelech Adon Lechol Shalom.
Back to page 58.
Sur Chayenu Magen Kishenu Atahu Ledor Vador Sur Chayenu Magen Kishenu Atahu Ledor Vador.
Thank you. There are many among us who are hurting, sick, or needing our prayers. Before we sing the Mishaberach, I'd like to share the names of those loved ones who are in need of our support and prayers for healing. From our own TBE families, Sarah Gassman, Terry Gilner, Zvi Dov Ben Binyamin Vishendel, And keep in prayers these relatives and friends: Stephen Bennett, Michael Buckholtz, Jordana Fuller, Goran Kikik, Stan Silverberg, Marcia Turkin, Rhoda Winfield, Matthew Sternberg Yee. And if there's anyone you'd like to add to this list, please do so as I extend my hand. I'll start over here.
Soon that,
Paul Teisha,
Ron Seidel, Mark Perkins, Dr. Bob Ellison.
Uta Aiken,
Diane Newman, Janet Pellegrini.
My brother, Arnie Lewin. Okay. The Lisa Levine Misha Baruch is a beautiful one, and we don't sing it very often, but it's in your prayer book on the back inside cover. So we're going to sing that with John at this time.
Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Asar, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer,
Hear our prayer,
hear our prayer,
hear our prayer,
hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and be strengthened by the power of your love. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer,
hear our prayer,
hear our prayer, hear our prayer,
hear our prayer,
hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us strength, show us the way. Misha Berach Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Misha Berach Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
It's now time to close your book, open your heart. I invite you to take a moment for silent meditation.
only be לפניך, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, ויום ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, ויום ליבי לפניך, יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, ויום ליבי לפניך.
I have a disclaimer. As you probably know, I'm not the rabbi. Rabbi Morrison is careful to try to represent the feelings of all her congregants. I wrote this sermon from my heart, although I did get Rabbi's blessings. This message is my personal account. I do not represent anyone but myself. On February 8th, when Rabbi asked us to lead tonight's service, I thought briefly about writing a Devar Torah about this week's parasha, Ki Tisa. This is the portion where the Jewish people gathered at the base of Mount Sinai grow worried about the fact that Moses has been up there so long, and they decide to build a golden calf to make us a God we can see, for we do not know what happened to Moses. So we've all seen the movie. Moses comes down with the 10 Commandments. He grows angry when he sees the Jews praising to an idol. He smashes the tablets, and it's classic Cecil B. DeMille. But back on February 6th, I looked at the Jewish calendar and confirmed that this Shabbat is also Purim, one of the most joyous holidays of the year. And I'm sure that last night was filled with merriment, music, laughter, and celebration. But Purim also serves as an inspiring story of resilience, perseverance, and survival in the face of impossible challenges. On February 20th, soon after I agreed to lead services, the world learned that a young mother, Shiri Bibas, and her 2 beautiful red-haired sons, 9-month-old Kafir and 4-year-old Ariel, were murdered by Hamas terrorists in Gaza after being kidnapped in the October 7th, 2023 attack on their kibbutz. Karen was just there and saw the holes in the walls of their home. Forensic evidence confirmed that Kafir and Ariel's deaths were extremely violent. Their mother's body was returned the next day after DNA testing showed that the female body that was returned with the boys was not Cherie, their mother. Where is the story of perseverance and survival in the face of persecution? Purim recounts the Megillah, or Scroll of Esther. Queen Esther of Shushan, Persia, a pivotal figure in Judaism. When her cousin Mordecai asked her to approach her husband, not Jewish, King Ahasuerus, to interfere with his advisor Haman, who called for the annihilation of all the Jews in the empire, Esther's initial response was hesitation, as approaching the king, uninvited, could lead to her death. So to prepare with purposeful intention, she asked all the Jews to observe a 3-day fast, which she and her maids also observed. Esther stated, "Then I will go into the king without being summoned, which is against the law, and if I perish, I perish." Single-handedly, Esther's bravery saved her people. King Ahasuerus welcomed her, offered her whatever she wished, and had the evil Haman hung on the gallows that he'd prepared for Mordecai. Back to the present. Following the Hamas attacks on October 7th, 2023, the world has witnessed a precipitous rise in anti-Semitism globally. The figures shared by Jonathan Greenblatt, National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, or ADL, here in Tampa on Wednesday night, were truly, truly disturbing. Newly released research published by ADL in January found that 46% of adults worldwide hold anti-Semitic beliefs. 46%. 1 year after the October 7th attacks, a Campus Pulse study found that 83.2% of Jewish college students in the states surveyed have experienced or witnessed some form of anti-Semitism. Esther's story resonates very strongly in today's world, especially in our inclusive reform movement. The story of Purim celebrates an interfaith relationship. It also speaks to a much wider experience we are all facing. Should we hide our Jewish identity to ensure our safety, or is it better to lean into our identity so that people can understand that anti-Semitism hurts those who they know and care about? In the March 2024 issue of ReformJudaism.org's Jewish Life in Your Life, author Crystal Hill wrote, "Many parents can see themselves in Mordecai, trying to navigate being proud Jews while also doing everything they can to ensure their child's safety in an increasingly dangerous environment." What I witnessed after October 7th was that many young women became modern-day Esthers. I'm going to try to get through this. My daughter, her friends, my friends' daughters, most of them young mommies, asserted their own agency. These 30 and 40-somethings are a little more removed from the Holocaust than I was. I was born 9 years after the Nazi concentration camps were liberated. I knew many survivors, including my own rabbi, my friends' parents with tattoos on their arms. And I also knew the fate of my own family members who did not survive. My father and my grandfather wrote voluminous letters to the government and organizations providing aid to refugees during and after World War II, trying to locate my father's aunts, uncles, and first cousins who lived in a village in Lithuania. We did find out their fate when they located 2 of my dad's first cousins who had been sent to Siberia after the war. My dad worked tirelessly to free them, and in the 70s and 80s, 2 of my dad's first cousins were finally freed and made Aliyah to Israel. We went to Israel to meet them. They came to us in Chicago to meet us and visit. We learned the fate of the rest of our family who were killed, not by the Nazis, but by the Russians in advance of the Nazi invasion. My daughter's generation did have Holocaust education. They had Hebrew teachers like Mary Wygotsky, who were survivors. My daughter's mitzvah project for her bat mitzvah here at Temple Beth-El was packing education trucks for the Florida Holocaust Museum. But their generation was enough removed from the Holocaust to view it as a history that could never happen again in their lifetime. But that all changed on October 7th. I get it. As mothers, we see the baby's boys and we break. It comes from giving birth to our own children, holding them and feeling connected to a matrilineal bloodline that spans thousands of years. But how do these young women today, especially here in the U.S., assert their own agency? They vote, they attend vigils, they patronize Israeli businesses. They work tirelessly for the Florida Holocaust Museum and other Jewish organizations. They donate to Hadassah, which was Queen Esther's Hebrew name, Hadassah. But most of all, they post on social media. It's their means of telling the world, we Jews are not okay. Here are some of the posts I've read on these young women's social media accounts. There was nothing yesterday from Save the Children about the boastful parading of dead Jewish babies. 0 from UNICEF about the spectacle of evil. No campuses are taken over by spoiled students refusing to study, and no one takes part in collective mourning. Or this from a young mother. I need you to know that for the past 500 days, whenever one of us saw a red-headed baby or little boy in the supermarket checkout line, playing in the park, walking down the street, holding their mommy's hand, our breath caught, and we saw Ariel and Kafir. Every single time. And I need you to know this, we always will. Like Esther, we are now finding ourselves in situations where we might feel more comfortable hiding our Jewish identity in order to fit in or avoid conflict. I pray that strength to face the overwhelming anti-Semitic sentiment comes from embracing who we are and the values we hold dear. Like these young women I see today, let Esther's story remind us to continue to inspire, to be a source of strength, illustrating resilience, identity, and the importance of standing up for one's beliefs. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise now for the Alino on page 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula le'yotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot hadama, shelo samchalkenu kahem, v'goralenu kechol hamonam. Va'anaknu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lamelech kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. You may now be seated.
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us and those who died at this season in years past. As I read the names, please rise if you feel comfortable doing so as your loved one's name is read. Recent deaths nearby are Alan Frank, Marcia Mandel, Catherine Drake, and commemorating their yahrzeits this week, Leonard Applebaum, Irene Backer, Patricia Burke, Max Cohn, Natalie E. Divac, Robert DeBow, Jeanette Fleece, Pearl Frank, Eddie Gary, Stephen Goodman, Hyman Greenstein, Tessie Carfield, Flossie S. Keaton, Israel Kranzel, Ira Kraus, Hortense Lasher, Fanny Lipman, Samuel Meppen, Ethel Miner, Ronald G. Oxman, Ada Person, Joseph Person, Harry Sachs, Betty Sembler, Jack Tyler, Marjorie Will, Rosalie Winfield, Ted Whitner, Jerome L. Woodruff, Jacob Louis Zuber. If there's someone you'd like to add to this list, please do so as my hand passes through. Zichrona Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Let's rise together as a community for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yisgadal, Yizkadash, Shmei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrach Hirutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon Uv'yomechon, Uv'chayei Dechal Beit Yisrael, Ba'galav U'yizman Kariv V'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mavorach, Le'olam U'lalmei Almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaolel v'yitaolal shemei dekudashah brichu. Le'ela min kal birchata v'shirota. Tushbachata avanat chamata. Da'amiran b'alma v'imru amen. Oseh shalom. I said the wrong thing. Yehei shalom rabba v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You can all be seated. And now I'd like to call on Eugene Lasansky, who will be sharing some brief announcements.
Good Erev Shabbat. Be of good cheer. I won't be long. I've been a member here at Beth-El for a little over a year, and one of the most common questions that I've been asked when I meet people is, why did you decide to join? Having been a non-practicing Jew for nearly 70 years, I've usually mumbled something about my age and, well, it's just time. But I've given this question some deeper thought recently, especially in the shower, where I do my best thinking. And I've realized that my decision to start practicing the faith had several factors. I do enjoy socializing with you all, meeting many new and interesting people. And of course, bagels and lox is a huge factor as I channel my inner Anthony Bourdain with the boys in the hood. But as a lifelong learner, curiosity and desire for knowledge are really the biggest reasons that I'm here. I believe Judaism is the most intellectually vigorous of all religions, and that suits me. So my curiosity about this led me to an article from Chabad, analyzing the various prohibitions on the Sabbath. No lighting fires, no driving, no wearing leather, and curiously, no carrying burdens. The prophet Jeremiah was very explicit about this. No retrieving groceries from your car trunk, no taking out the garbage, and especially no carrying anything in public. But I started to wonder about this no carrying thing, and I did some more research. Everything I found was about physical burdens, sacks, bags, boxes, things you buy at Home Depot after you walk there, of course, because it's the Sabbath. But what about our other burdens, the ones inside us? The fear, the doubt, the anger simmering in our head and our heart. Maybe the Sabbath is a day to set those burdens down too and just rejoice in being alive. So that's my new Sabbath goal. Put down the invisible burdens and just enjoy the day as God made it. Coming up, for lifelong learners amongst you, there is Torah study and brunch tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Please RSVP on the website if you've not done so already, so we have enough food and chairs. On Sunday morning at 8:45, you can join the Brotherhood Schmooze and Breakfast. Then at 9:30, we have Sunday School and Purim Spiel. You don't need to sign up for the schmooze, and we always welcome anyone who would like to help in the kitchen. Next Monday, the 17th, the Women's Spirituality Circle will be meeting. That's at a private home. Details are on the website. And Myrna Wolf is the person to contact if you're interested. And 1 week from now, March 21st, we have Friday Night Live and the monthly Shabbat experience, starting at 7:15 right after the service. If you have not experienced the experience, you may want to, with wine, candles, prayers, songs, and a catered dinner. It's a lovely way to put down those burdens and enjoy the start of the sacred Sabbath. So sign up on the website. That's all for this week. Stay tuned, and good Shabbos.
I just want to add to Eugene's comments that the choir is going to go into session 6 in April and May, and we will be studying Rapha, songs of healing. So songs that will allow us to help unburden ourselves. Beautiful, thank you.
That was beautiful.
And heal
Eugene.
and restore. Okay,
I love
songs of
that.
restoration and healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those dates are in
April and May.
yeah, the first.
Thank you, Eugene. I loved your message. Take care of all our burdens, let them go. And they say it takes a village, and it's true. I'm thankful to the following people who ensured that we were able to conduct these services tonight, these Shabbat services, as smoothly as possible, although I'm a little rough. The remarkable Joyce Liu and John Rosenbluth, the Cantor Pamela Siskin Memorial Choir, Allison Fowler in the office, our greeter, Jake Wallman. Were you here, Jake? I don't know. Jake was supposed to be a greeter. Greg LeComte, thank you for your sound advice. And Officer Andrews, thank you so much for always keeping us safe. We are now going to sing Havana Shira.
We're going to do the motzi first. Is that
We're going to
okay?
sing the
And then-
motzi
and then
first.
We'll go to Havana Shira, which you can find on page 339. And Havana Shira is let us sing a song of praise. But we'll do the motzi, all right? So we'll do Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz Shabbat Shalom. All right, please rise for Havana Shira.